Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. I am Zarkoon, and today I've got a video for you in the premium Tier 6 German battleship, the Scharnhorst. Now I just went out and I bought this ship. I wanted it for a long time, and I decided that, I would go ahead and spend the money on it, and boy am I glad I did. Now, this is probably my fifth game in the ship so far, and the first several were not great at all. Not because I'm particularly terrible with this ship or anything, but because my teams that I got on those matches were like the worst. They just got absolutely clobbered. Both times, I might have said, this might be my third game actually, because I recall 2 games in which the team composition was made up of like 5 destroyers, and by the end of it, I was the only ship left, along with a Gneisenau, both times. And I only did like 60,000 damage, like 1 kill each one. Just, I wasn't in good positions, I suppose, and you get focused down by all those ships at the end, and, that's it. But this one is a lot better than that. So I spot my first target of the day, a Magi. Take a HE shot at him, because, the Scharnhorst, it's got small guns, so HE is a good way to go with these battleships at distance like that. And I do start a fire, which the Imagi puts out very quickly. Somebody else might have started another fire on him, so, he burned his damage control. But it was a bit of a mistake for him to do that, because he's got another fire. And that is going to cause the damage to just continue to tick up. Now, the Scharnhorst is quite a bit like its sister ship in the game, the Gneisenau, which is one of my favorite ships. Of course, it's got smaller guns, 283mm guns to the Gneisenau's 380, although it does have more of them. And, this is a maneuverable ship, pretty quick, can get up to about 30 knots, which is actually a little bit slower than the Gneisenau, I think. But the damage you can do in this thing, you're not going to get big knockout, hits like you would in a traditional battleship. This is somewhere between battleship and cruiser almost, with its small caliber guns. And it is a very capable HE spammer. I mean, look, we're almost up to 30,000 damage here, and we've only taken shots at this Imagi who is burning. The Imagi is finally shooting back at me because I am presenting him with a little bit of a broadside. Somebody takes a chunk off his health, and we take him out for the first kill of the game, and the first blood medal. Now, of course, I was not intending to, steal that kill or anything. Just so happened my shots got there first, and I did take about 30,000 damage off that Imagi, so it's not like I didn't do anything for that one. Alright, and now we've got an entrenched Scharnhorst over there, and an Attigo to the starboard side of the ship, about 15 kilometers out. So I am moving in for the reposition, which I can do quite quickly thanks to the Scharnhorst's great speed and maneuverability. So my plan is to get up nice and close to the island over here, this little part that juts out. Not this island that I'm looking at, but the one past it. I want to get over there and entrench myself and start taking some HE shots at that enemy Scharnhorst. I would also like to get a shot on the Attigo, but he is so far out there that I am unlikely to hit. He is approaching the map border and also the edge of my firing range. Now, obviously, I am running celiacs on the Scharnhorst here. You can tell by the extra heal that Celiax affords. I'm interested to try out Hipper. You know, I recently got Celiax. I got him at level 9, and I've got Hipper at level 11, and I kind of wonder what Hipper's skills might do to this ship. But I am a little bit hesitant to try it because what you want to do is get close in this ship. Hipper gives you a lot more range, but that comes at the sacrifice of maneuverability. And also, Hipper is a dispersion captain, and the dispersion skill, which might be nice, you know, on this ship. As you can see, I think I hit that Scharnhorst there, the enemy, with one single shell. So the dispersion is, you know, the typical German battleship dispersion. It isn't great, but it's vastly improved with Hipper. The only downside is the fire starting penalty that you get with the dispersion buff. And if there is one thing I know about the Scharnhorst from fighting it, it's that its superstructure is incredibly susceptible to fire, as I am now demonstrating on this enemy Scharnhorst, who I believe I've lit 2 fires on, and I think I'm going for a third here. He is shooting AP back at me, which is completely ineffective on his part. I am angled against it. If it does hit me, it's going to do minimal damage, or it's going to ricochet. He's still continuing to shoot AP, I think at me. Well, maybe he's not aiming at me. He might be aiming to the friendly battleship at my port side, because those shots are way off. Now we've got incoming torpedoes. I'm not sure what these are aimed at, but they are not very tricky to dodge, and I honestly have no idea where that came from. It could have come from the Attigo out there, but no, he appears to be too far away. There is a destroyer on the enemy team somewhere, and I can't tell if he's spotted anywhere on the map. Doesn't look like it. So now I'm switching to AP, because I am going to take some shots at this broadside Attigo, and the Scharnhorst's AP is definitely capable of doing catastrophic damage to broadside cruisers. Unfortunately, the first shot there is, as many shots are in the Scharnhorst, rather disappointing, but that's okay. 17-second reload with my build with Celiax, and we can take another shot, which is even more disappointing than the last. That Scharnhorst there is still on fire. It's no longer any of my fires. That's okay. He does not seem to be too concerned with me, but this Attigo does. So this guy has got to go down. Once he goes down and the torpedo threat is removed, I will feel much more comfortable coming out from behind my island and getting a lot more aggressive, which I will be doing here shortly. Now this, more torpedoes incoming from the Attigo. I don't know. Probably. I have no idea where the enemy destroyer is, but anyway. Taking another shot at the Attigo. This one's going to miss terribly. And there is that enemy Scharnhorst on perilously low health. Get the rear gun on him. He's moving forward now, so I take a shot. Doesn't finish him off. Front 2 guns loaded, and kill steal achieved right there. That is the second kill of the match. We're at 56,000 damage. Taking almost no damage ourselves, so that's, you know, rather respectable. Now we have got an Iowa who is shooting at me. So I take a shot at him with the HE. I think that was the HE. Trying to light a fire, but I'm much more concerned about this Attigo, who could come around the corner and torpedo me. And I do not want any torpedoes coming my way. So the Attigo is coming to almost a complete stop. I adjust my aim, and I take him out with a Citadel. So there you go. That's nice. Now that just leaves the Iowa, and there is another enemy battleship in the enemy cap. But this Iowa, I am quite confident I will be able to take on. I've got another battleship on my team shooting at him, and he has given me a fair amount of broadside, so I'm going to continue to pelt him with AP. Now, as you can see, it's not doing a whole lot of damage. Like I said, the Scharnhorst doesn't seem to be very capable of delivering, you know, those knockout punches to enemy battleships. It certainly can with enemy cruisers, but the knockout punch that it can deliver to enemy battleships comes in the form of its torpedoes. And as you can see, it can tank a lot of damage. Now, I mean, this Iowa has shot me, and he has reduced me, you know, to about 3/4 health. But it's not enough. And I do have torpedoes coming from my stern side, so that must be the enemy destroyer, but I felt like I didn't see him at all in this match. So I don't know what his position is or where he's at, but those torpedoes are looking pretty nice. And the Iowa is gone, bringing me up to 3 kills. Now, got a broadside Vanguard in front of me, so I'm shooting at him with AP. The results are disappointing, but that's okay. You know, you get disappointing results on this Scharnhorst, your guns are going to get loaded pretty quickly, and you can give it another go. So here we go for another try. And that time we get about 4,000 damage, which, you know, that seems to be what you can expect with this Scharnhorst against enemy broadside battleships. And now he is angling, so these shots might be ineffective. And no, still about 2k damage there. Does take out one of the guns, so that's annoying. I do pop the damage control, but he's about to drive right into a torpedo salvo, and these should finish him off. No, they don't. And it looks like he was going for the ram, but the ram has been denied. Does take out the torpedo tube launcher that we just shot him with. Luckily, the other torpedo tube is available, so he's dead too, giving me the Kraken Unleashed medal. Now, unfortunately, I'm still at the part of the Hunt for Attigo campaign where I need to get 130,000 damage. I'm sitting at a very irritating 122,000. But there is one enemy ship left. For whatever reason, the Iowa that has entered the enemy camp through the channel is demanding we retreat. I don't know why we would do that, but I am not interested really in winning by capping right here, because no matter what happens, we're going to win. I need to get 130,000 damage. So we got a full health Iowa out there who is going to come around this island broadside. So, you know, still experimenting with the AP versus HE on this ship. So I'm not sure exactly what it can do to a broadside Iowa at this range. Gonna try and find out here. But the Iowa is already, or he appears to at least be making a turn. So none of those shots are gonna hit him. Very disappointing. Now switch, nope, still on AP. I thought I was gonna switch to HE, I guess not. That Iowa is getting obliterated in short order. He's not gonna have enough HP left for me to get that 130,000 damage that I need. Now that shot takes a chunk out of him, 126,000 damage. Alright, on the HE now, because he is angled completely away. Perhaps I should still be shooting AP. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. The Iowa is about dead. Our shot doesn't quite finish him off. We end with 127,000 damage and a Kraken Unleashed. So not like it was a bad game, but not quite what I wanted. Anyway, if you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Got a lot of World of Warships content coming all the time. Thanks for watching. I'll see ya next time.